Hello and welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into something really fascinating that's happening in education over in India. It's a total rethink of one of the most stressful parts of school, the report card.
I mean, just think back for a second. Do you remember that feeling, waiting for that piece of paper that was supposed to sum up months of your life in just a few letters or numbers? Yeah, for most of us, it came with a whole lot of anxiety.
And that's because the old way really focused on grades, on memorizing facts just for the test, and, let's be honest, a lot of stress. But the new goal here is a huge pivot. It's about looking at the whole person, their growth, their life skills, their curiosity, and how well they work with others. It's a completely different philosophy.
So, how do you take this big idea and actually make it work in a classroom? Well, it all starts with changing what you think progress even is.
Now, this didn't just come out of nowhere. Back in 2020, India's national education policy officially called for a major shift away from old-school report cards. And that's what gave birth to this new idea, the Holistic Progress Card, or HPC for short. And you can really see the heart of this whole thing in a quote from the policy itself. It says, "The purpose of education is to develop good human beings capable of rational thought and action." I mean, right there, it tells you this is about way more than just test scores. It's about raising capable, thoughtful people. Okay, so to make this practical for teachers and students, the system uses a really simple and honestly brilliant analogy.
Just imagine you're about to go on a road trip. The first thing you do is plug your final destination into Google Maps, right? But you also see all the little towns and landmarks you'll pass along the way. The HPC frameworks works exactly like that.
So in our road trip, the competency is your final destination. This is the big, overarching skill you want a student to have, like being able to analyze a text or communicate an idea clearly. That's the end goal. And if the competency is the destination, the learning outcomes are your pit stops. They're the smaller, specific milestones that tell you, yep, we're on the right track. For example, a learning outcome on the way to that big writing competency might be as simple as can write a clear topic sentence. This creates a super clear 4-step process. First, you pick your destination, the competency. Then you map out your pit stops, the learning outcomes. Step 3 is designing the journey itself, the activity or project. And finally, you have your rubric, which is like checking the map to make sure you're still on the right route.
Okay, so we've covered the philosophy and the road trip analogy. But what does this new report card actually look like? Let's take a peek inside.
Right off the bat, you can tell this is something different. It's designed to give a 360-degree view of a student, looking not just at their academics, but their social and emotional side too. And get this, Part A, the very first section, is for the student themselves. It asks them questions like, how do I feel at school? It wants to know if they feel happy, safe, and part of the community. The student is an active voice in their own assessment, which is huge.
And yup, the letter grades are gone. No more A's, B's, or C's. Instead, you get these clear, supportive descriptions of where a student is on their learning journey. So instead of a grade that feels final, you have these levels. A student might be a beginner, which just means they're starting out and need a lot of support. Or they could be progressing, or even proficient, where they can do it on their own. Notice how it's all about growth and support, not a fixed label.
But here's what might be the biggest game changer. This isn't just a one-way street from the teacher. It's designed to be a real conversation, pulling in feedback from all sides to get a truly complete picture. And that 360-degree view is baked right in. You have a section for the student's own thoughts on what they're good at. You have feedback from their friends. You even have a space for parents to share what they're seeing at home. It truly creates a full circle of communication. So when you put all these pieces together, what's the ultimate goal? What's the point of it all? Well, it's about raising a new kind of learner, one who's truly ready for the modern world. At the end of the day, the goal is to help nurture learners who are resilient when they face challenges, who are curious and ask questions, who are aware of their own feelings and the feelings of others, and who are prepared with the real skills they're going to need in life. And that really leaves us with a powerful question to think about. What if we measured success in school not just by what our kids know, but by who they are becoming? It's a profound shift in thinking, and one that could truly redefine what it means to learn.